Hey guys, it's Laura D. I'm here at my mom's job. They just asked me to speak because every month they have a speaker or they have something that they do for a wellness part of their job, and they asked me to help them out. So that was exciting. I can't wait to post pictures later. I really tied everything in with being well all around. If you're well physically, you'll be well mentally, you'll be well spiritually, and it will transpire to financially. So it really pays off to take care of yourself. So take care of yourself. But I'm on the floor right now because there's like a little windowsill right here, and this is the only place where my iPad had enough light because it's an old school iPad, and yeah. So other than that, I'm doing a YouTube update because I got a comment from Stephanie_Corey, and she said, I think it's time for a update YouTube video. So thank you for keeping me on track, because I only do videos now when y'all ask me to, because I'm so busy and I'm just ridiculous, and yeah, so this is for you, Stephanie. So thank you for keeping me on track, because if y'all didn't ask me to, I wouldn't do these videos, but I know they're important. So you would like me to talk about being back in Kansas, my mom, and future plans. So I'm back in Kansas. If y'all don't know, I'm from Wichita, Kansas, and I just left the country last year. Not the country. I left Kansas last year, and I traveled across the country for a year, and I couch surfed. And I went all down south, and I went up the East Coast, and I went to New York. And I stayed in New York for over 6 months, and I up there became part of the size test group, which is Shanti's new dance fitness video. So be looking for that in the infomercial this fall. Be like, hi, my name's Laura D, and if I can do it, you can do it too. So if you're ever up at like 3 in the morning eating a bean burrito, sitting on the couch watching TV, you'll see me, hopefully. But yeah, so I'm back here in Kansas. I just got back last Monday. Today is Monday, so it's a full week, a full 7 days. And you know what's crazy is yesterday I went to the store and I ran into a girl that I knew, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, I almost started crying, because she was pregnant and she was married, and she didn't even recognize me. She's like, oh my God. She's like, I didn't even recognize you. She's like, I just walked right past you because I didn't know it was you. And because I've got blonde hair. See, this is my natural hair color, the brown. And so now I've got blonde hair, and I did shave this when I was in Philly, this side. And I've lost weight, and I'm back in Derby, and I haven't been here. So Derby is a suburb of Wichita, and that's where my mom lives. That's where high school and everything I went to. But it was just so cool to have that familiarity, because in New York, you don't run into anybody you know. I didn't run into anybody I know. There's 8 million people there, and I was just like, wow, it's the little things, catching up with people, or hearing somebody call your name and you say Laura D, and I turn around and I'm like, or they're like, Laura, and I turn around, I'm like, because I'm like, man, nobody's called my name, out in public. So making right turns on red, that's amazing. Not having to use my GPS every time I get in the car or every time I want to go someplace, because I know where everything's at. Even my friend Kira, she invited me to her house, which was off of this street and this street, and I had no clue where it was, never been there, and I just drove over that area and I found it. And I never once did I call her, never once did I look it up on the map. I was just like, oh, I think it's gonna be around here. And it's just the little stuff that comes with being back in a small town, or familiarity. So I'm really glad that I left, because now coming back, I had to leave to appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? I have new eyes and a new vision. And before, I hated Wichita. I couldn't stand Wichita. I would talk so bad about Wichita. I was like, oh, I hate this place. People there are so dumb, and da-da-da, da-da-da. And now I'm just I love it. I love it. It is what it is. It's not New York City. It's not Vegas. Wichita is Wichita. And I don't expect it to be anything else. Could it be better? Yes. Are we growing? Yes. Could it be worse? Yes, absolutely. So, change is happening, and I'm not going to stay here forever. I was going to leave after 90 days because, as you guys see, my mom, I'm trying to get her to work out in a due size. So she's down a couple pounds, which is nice. She did cheat the other day, and she had a hamburger and a Coke and a fries, and you know, I just hung up the phone and I cried because I'm like you can't want it for somebody, like you can't want something for somebody worse than they want it for themselves. You know what I mean? And she just she has a long way to go, and I want her to be healthy. I want her to live, and yeah. Sorry, people are texting me. My whole life is on my phone. Anyways. Talk about your mom, your future, your plans. Okay, so I was going to leave after 90 days, but then I was like, that's, you know, because I want to work out with my mom every day and make sure she drinks Shakeology every day for 90 days, just because that's how long I was in the test group, and I changed after 90 days, and I feel like that's a good length of time to kind of be with somebody and encourage them. But after 90 days, that's like Thanksgiving, so I just have to come back home anyway, and then there's Christmas, so I'd have to come back for that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave January 1st. Like, I have to go January 1st because even though it's good to be back, it's still Wichita. And there's been a couple of times where I'm like, yeah, I'm back in Wichita. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, like, I forgot about that. So I don't want to say anything bad, but, you know, the majority of the cities in the U.S., they're not big cities. And actually, the majority of cities in the world, there's only like a handful of big cities. So most of you watching this probably live in a small city, so you know, like, that small town feeling, and you're like, there's more out there, you know. So I'm gonna go to Dallas because Dallas is where my coach Tanya is, and Tanya is a machine, and she's freaking amazing, and I love her, and I miss her, and she has abs, and she's 42, so that's encouraging because I want abs. And not only that, but she has like really good friends. She has a really good circle. And there's really good churches in Dallas. And it's only 3 hours away from my dad. My dad lives in Oklahoma City. And it's only 5 hours away from my mom. And it's only 5 hours away from Houston, which if you've been following me for some time, you would know that, I'm eating a cucumber. You would know that Houston is where I was originally going to go. And I don't know if I'll still go. I don't know. The only reason why I was going to go down there is because there's a church down there. And I feel like, you know, everything in my life is on key. Let me see. If you watched my video leaving New York, then you'll know why I want to go to Houston. But I never, like, geographically wanted to be in Houston. And I feel really good about Dallas. So the thing that Houston has that Dallas doesn't is I know Houston has a church for sure, because that's what I watch every Sunday. I live stream Bishop Hilliard from New Light Church because he like speaks to my soul, and he has been doing for the last 5 years. So if you're like, man, Laura's really amazing, then you can thank Bishop Hilliard because, you know, he like matured me and like taught me, you know, just growth and like spiritually, which can't help but flow over to other arenas of your life. So, yeah, I'm probably going to go to Dallas, and I think that there's other churches like Bishop Hilliard's in Dallas, but I know there's none in Wichita because I've looked for them. And even if there was, I don't know if I would still stay here just because there's so much opportunity in Dallas, like in other cities. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, this video is already 8 minutes long. I was going to say, like, would I ever go back to New York? Maybe, but I don't know if I would live there. I mean, New York was amazing. But I just, like, I can't even think about that far in advance because, like, all I can think about is just right now. Like, right now, my short-term plan is just to, you know, be here, teach size, continue to sell Beachbody, which is Shakeology, and, you know, a challenge pack, which is Shakeology, and also a workout, and this month happens to be Shakeology plus size, so you should get that from me, and you can do it at beachbodycoach.com/LauraD543, or you can also go to my website, lauradfit.com. So now that we have that promo in there, and I'm going to start teaching size starting next Tuesday, and then work out with my mom. So that's like my whole life. And then, yeah, I guess just move to Dallas. I'm going to go to Dallas in November because our team's having a little thing with the platinum presenters. If you're into Beachbody, you know all about teams. If you're not, I wasn't, so I didn't know anything. But Beachbody, each coach has like all these little teams. And you can, you know, as your team grows, it's important to like have these little meetups and stuff. So I'm gonna go down there in November. I'm gonna look for an apartment. If you're watching this video and you live in Dallas and you want to be my roommate, you should contact me because I need a roommate. If not, and you, what if you're in Seattle, Washington, but you want to get out of Seattle, Washington, but you don't know where to go, and you have a like mind like me, like as in you're not freaking boy crazy, you're not like bar hopping, you're not like doing drugs, but you want to be a better person and you want to get out, and you want to go to Dallas and you're focused on your fitness and your future and your goals, then contact me because I need a roommate, and I'm not joking. So if I don't get a roommate, or what if like 8 people contact me and there's like 8 of us and we all like get this amazing house in Dallas? Oh, I can think the wheels are turning right now. My brother did that when he was in college. As a matter of fact, my brother's only lived like that. Like, he has had these houses, and like 4 or 5 guys would live there, and it's like this incredible house, and they each have like their own bedroom, and then they just pay, like, who cares how much the rent is? Like, because you can afford it if you have 8 people living there. It's amazing. Okay, somebody who wants to live in Dallas, come live in Dallas with me. I could just get a studio, but, you know, living by yourself's not fun. I did it for 3 years. Like, I don't want to be alone anymore. But I was alone because I didn't know how to live with people. Like, I was so stubborn, and I was so fat. My mind was fat. You know what I mean? Like, I'm grown now. Like, I've matured. New York matured me. So, next question. So I talked about Kansas, Stephanie Corey. I talked about my mom, talked about my plans, and you also want me to talk about how to become size certified. If you want to become size life certified, you need to look up beachbodylive.com, and you need to find an instructor in your area, and they have live certifications. You can also Google it. Google's your best friend. I tell people that all the time when you don't know the answer. When people ask me questions, I always ask them, did they Google it first? So, yeah, Google it first, and you can also just, you know, beachbodylive.com and look for Size Live in your area, because size is amazing, and everybody should dance. You know what I mean? Like, dance changed my life, and there will never be a day where I don't not dance. I know there's a double negative, but I can't not dance, like, forever. Like, it's amazing when you dance and you like flow, and you're like, you don't even realize you're sweating or losing weight. You're just like, emotions just come out of you, and it's like, yes, this is what I've been wanting to express this whole time, but I just didn't know how. So it's not by coincidence that every culture and every tribe and every ethnicity, everybody except for America, has their own dance. You know what I mean? They have their own food, they have their own culture, but then everybody came to America, and, you know, a lot of that stuff got lost. So dance is very important because it goes all the way back to the Bible. Like, King David danced so hard, honey, his clothes came off, and he's like, I don't care. He's like, let's go, you know, like, just go. King David was like, I'm gonna size it up. You know what I mean? So that's Old Testament. Praise the Lord for Jesus. But this video was very long, and I might redo it because I just kind of rambled. But that's my update. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye.